Yeah, I mean, I feel like we always need to work hard no matter the score and always try to bring that energy. And I think it's just like you said, just playing through the clock, through the buzzer, just playing hard till the game's over.
Thank you.
Edwin,
Questions for Coach. Rae was +5 in 13 minutes of play. What did you see from her tonight?
I thought she did a good job. To be honest, she was more comfortable out there than I anticipated her to be, just because how long she's been out and coming in mid-season's hard. I thought she did a good job. She was active. Yeah, I mean, I need to watch it back, but I thought she did a good job.
Alexa.
Kelsey, a question kind of related to Cam. Coming back from a major injury yourself, is there any advice you've given her about what it takes those first few games and first few weeks of just trying to get not just your body back to basketball, level competition, but also your mind, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was really proud of her sort of after the game. I was like, Kim, it's very impressive to come in, make the impact that she did. Obviously, working your way back, minute restricted, and still not really have, because during the season, not a lot of practice time, right? So not really even getting a ton of reps with the full team, and to come in and make the impact that she did, I thought she was phenomenal. So just giving herself a lot of grace and love, and Cam's a competitor, and I love that, and I think she's going to continue to just help us a ton, especially defensively. We looked just horrid tonight. So I think it's going to be great, and she's someone that's going to get better game by game.
Justin, ready?
Coach, in the pregame huddle, Cam's dancing and having a good time, and you see that joy of her being able to be back on the court. What does that mean to you guys to see her so happy back where she belongs?
Yeah, I mean, she's like I said in the pregame, like, Cam's got a lot of stuff that she could be doing, but basketball's her main thing. That's her passion. It's an emotional moment when you've been out for 13 months and you finally you have a uniform on, you're going to get to play. I think she loves basketball, so she's finally getting a chance to be out there and be with her teammates that she's been watching for 13 months, and I think that's her happy place.
Hi, Coach. Cara Alexander with the LA Times. Can you share your thoughts about the performance of the team defensively tonight?
That's what we call a softball. It was the first quarter. We just came out a little soft, and Vegas came out with a head full of steam, and I thought we were reacting to everything and not really anticipating things, getting beat on O-boards and cuts, and we played them even other than that first quarter, but you can't give a team like that that much space, and we didn't shoot it well, right? We put a lot of pressure on our defense because we weren't scoring, and that's the worst shooting we've had all season. It's bound to happen. Like, you're going to have off scoring nights. In the first half, we got good looks from three. We just didn't knock them down, and that's going to happen. Like, that's just how sports work. You're going to have an off night with your skill, but we've got to be able to defend, right? So when you're not shooting it well, you got to be able to defend. It's knowing personnel, it's knowing tendencies, it's staying locked into the game plan even when they score the first 8 points. Like, you have to toughen up, and it's not for lack of desire by our players, or we just came out a little hesitant, like they were the aggressor. And it's a learning lesson, and you don't want to learn lessons this late in the season, but that's part of it too. So it's regroup and really focus on, we got Seattle next, and so we've got to be better defensively and not put so much pressure on our offense to score.
John.
Yeah, could you just expand on that a little bit more? I was going to ask, what does a team have to do when the shots aren't falling, which it happened tonight and it may happen again?
Mm-hmm.
How do you win a game when that is happening?
You got to dig deep and get stops, whether it's your pick and roll coverage, cleaning up. I felt like we defended their first actions pretty well, whether it's the ball screen or whatever, but then it was the off-ball stuff that kind of hurt us, whether it's cutting or, again, offensive rebounds, confusion on screens. Two people would go with the ball, one person would stay. That's a communication thing. It's just we got to be more locked in and there's gotta be an intensity to how we defend. You know, after a game, you're not gonna hold the team to 0, right? So it's not, we're not talking about that, but there were plays tonight that we beat ourselves, and you have to give Vegas credit, they beat us tonight, they were the better team tonight. They outplayed us, and that happens, and it's not like we're gonna go home and cry. You know, we gotta go home and re-attack, and watch film, and figure out ways we gotta be better. What are the little things? In the game of inches, in this league, every player is good. If you're not gonna close out hard, they're gonna shoot it in your eye. Like, things like that, those are controllables, and I believe in this group, and I know that we have the ability to do it. But we have been rolling on offense, right? And so I think there's a little bit of recency issue, you know, like, we have been so used to making shots. And so, I think we kind of, it caught us off guard a little bit, and then we were just on our back foot most of the game. So, but I'm not, you know, freaking out. We know what the issue is, and it's our job as coaches to hone it in, and I believe in these guys, and I know they'll do whatever it takes.
Last 2 questions, Rae, and then Anwar. Second round.
Hi, Rae. It's a two-parter. You guys just figured that out. So 3 weeks ago, we talked about what you needed to work on your conditioning, right? So you feel like you're all the way back now, and what did you see today that made you have that season high in points?
Yeah, I feel like the team did a good job in just preparing me for coming back, and I feel like I didn't really have much of a time where I feel like, oh, I'm out of breath. Like, I feel like I kind of was just out there and I was just going. But I mean, I just try to bring the same thing every night. I try to bring in some energy, whatever the team needs me to bring, and whether that's getting offensive rebounds, being aggressive on offense, defense, just whatever the team needs me to do, I'm wanting to do. So, and then I'm just gonna play hard regardless. So I mean, I just felt like I was just being me tonight.
Coach Asia Wilson started 10 for 10 in the first quarter. You play the Aces again at the end of the year. Could be a pretty important contest. Do you think there's anything you're going to try to work on in terms of game planning, at least to maybe try to contain stars like Asia Wilson?
Of course, right? Of course. If not, I need to find a new profession. But she was phenomenal tonight. She was on one, and I think we came out, like I said, the first quarter, you know, she had an intensity to her and determined to score, and we just kind of were reacting, and so we let her gain some confidence and some momentum with that. So yeah, we've got to be better on her, and she had a heck of a game, so hats off to her. She's a talent, and everybody in this room and elsewhere knows that. We did not do a great job on her tonight, but I don't think that's necessarily, I mean, she could go for 34 and we can still win, right? Like, that's not the game plan, but you know, she's elite, and so we've got to figure out better ways, and I think, you know, I have no doubt we will.
Thanks.
Thank you all.